Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to my Spring 2020 box office predictions. And today we're going to be talking about The Way Back, a movie with a title that reminds me of Mr. Peabody and Sherman. I know that sounds incredibly random, but there's a reason why I said that, and that reason said in the Mr. Peabody and Sherman movie, they use a time machine that's literally called the Wayback Machine. So when I think of this movie right here with Ben Affleck, I'm automatically going to think about Mr. Peabody and Sherman. That's just how my brain works. But anywho, yeah. So as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons for the way back. So let's get to it. Uh, Pros. Well, the movie stars Ben Affleck, who, has been in a major movie since Justice League, and that was back in 2017. So you're probably wondering, Malik, why did it take him so long to do another movie? Well, the reason why is because Ben Affleck's been going through some troubles, some personal demons, if you will. He's been battling alcoholism, trying to be sober, which I commend him for. I commend him for trying to fix his life up, which is, what he should do. And so that's why, and that's actually one of the reasons why he left the DCEU, because originally he was going to do a Batman movie where he was going to direct, do the direct, act, the whole thing. And he's done that before with movies like Argo or The Town or even Live by Night, but I highly doubt any of you even remember that movie. I barely remember that movie because nobody saw it. Anywho, he was gonna do the Batman movie, but because of the alcoholism, well, actually, because of all the stress behind fan demand and stuff, he kind of resorted to drinking, and that eventually led him to leaving the role of Batman. And that's the reason why we're gonna have the Batman movie next year with Matt Reeves directing and Robert Pattinson. That's the reason why that Batman movie exists, and not Ben Affleck's Batman movie. So now he's here in the way back. So yeah. And Ben Affleck's career, it's had some highs and lows. The lows are quite obvious. We all know the ones. Daredevil, Geely, Pearl Harbor, Armageddon. Even though Pearl Harbor and Armageddon were some of his biggest movies, they were also some of his worst. And yeah, there's some other bad ones in there too. Live by Night being one of them. Batman v Superman, Justice League. There was some bad ones in there, but there was also some good. So yeah, I mean he won a freaking Oscar for Argo. So there's that. So that's the pros. That Ben Affleck, he's had some rough times, but he's had some good times. At the box office, and I think his presence might help this movie out a little bit. So that's pro number one. Pro number two, this movie is about basketball. One of the most popular sports out there, besides football, obviously. I know what you're thinking, but Malik, what about, baseball and soccer? Well, I know they're very popular, but in the movie world, soccer is especially not popular in the movie world. Baseball is middling at best in the movie world. In the movie world, football is the king of sports. That's just how it is. And basketball, well, actually, this is kind of a con. I mean, basketball itself is very popular, but in the movie world, it's surprisingly not. I mean, a lot of basketball movies only do modestly well. In fact, still to this day, the highest grossing basketball movie of all time is Space Jam. I am not joking. Space Jam is the biggest basketball movie ever. And the only movie that I think has a chance of surpassing it is Space Jam 2, which is coming out next year. So, that should tell you a whole lot about the basketball genre in movies. So, yeah, that's kind of both a pro and a con. Like, basketball itself is very popular, but basketball in movies is not. So there's that. Uh, I can't think of any more pros, really. I mean, the reviews are good. I guess that could help. But yeah, I got nothing after that. Cons. This is yet another Warner Brothers drama. We had so many last year. Movies like what? Blinded by the Light, The Kitchen, The Goldfinch, The Good Liar, The Motherless Brooklyn, and Richard Jewell, and Just Mercy, and no one saw any of them. They all went unseen. All did terrible. Well, Just Mercy did the least terrible out of the group, but it still did lackluster. So, like, I really don't get Warner Brothers' strategy here. Like, why would they release another movie like this? Another adult drama that people just aren't going to go see because it doesn't feel like an event. Like, why would you pay $10 or more to see The Way Back? You could just watch it on Netflix in the comfort of your own home. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. But that's what they do. And yeah, so yeah, this movie's definitely not an event, so that's a con. And I guess another con again, coronavirus. That stuff's that the panic's gonna spread more and more people are gonna get nervous. And the movie industry is starting to suffer because of coronavirus. I mean, you all heard, I'm pretty sure you all heard about No Time to Die. It was supposed to come out next month, but because of all this coronavirus stuff going on worldwide, they had to push that movie all the way back to November. You know, because by that time, this whole coronavirus thing will likely have stopped, or at least have stabilized by then. So, yeah, like that's huge. And every movie right now, like I can't imagine too many people are gonna be wanting to be near other people during this whole pandemic. And movie theaters where a lot of people show up together. So yeah, I don't see a whole bunch of people going to the movies, at least for the time being. So yeah, that's definitely gonna hurt The Way Back. And yeah, that's about it with The Way Back. Opening weekend, I'm going to say 8 million, 8 or less. After that, overall, it'll probably reach like 20 or 25 million, and then it will die, and no one will talk about it ever again. So that's The Way Back. Yeah, I know. Kind of underwhelming, but that's March for you, because March is kind of underwhelming overall. Because but the next week is going to be loaded, but not exactly in a good way, because we have 4 movies. None of these movies, actually, with the except, I think the only one that has breakout potential is I Still Believe. That's the only one. These other 3 might just die in theaters. Like, we got Bloodshot, we got The Hunt, we got I Still Believe, we got My Spy. None of these movies are going to be blockbusters at all. They're all mid-range movies. So, yeah, that's going to be just dandy. And then after that, we have a legit blockbuster coming, A Quiet Place Part 2. And then after that, another blockbuster, although one I'm not very excited about at all, and that's Mulan. And then April is just dead. It's just a dead month. There is nothing exciting. If No Time to Die, stayed in its original spot, then we've had something to talk about. But there's nothing in April. There's absolutely nothing. So, probably around mid-April, maybe early April, probably before Easter weekend, I'm gonna just do some early summer prediction videos just to get them out of the way. Just do the blockbusters first, and then do the non-blockbusters, just like last year. Actually, now that I think about it, I might actually do it earlier than in Easter. I'm probably just gonna do it in late March, because literally there's like one movie that on the 20th and one movie on the 27th. Like, there's not a whole lot to talk about. So I'll probably just start my early summer predictions around the same time I do my Quiet Place Part 2 prediction video. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, overall, that's it. That's all. Like this video, subscribe, leave a comment, share, hit the notification bell. You know the drill. You want to check out some of my other videos? I have like a couple playlists. I got my what is it? My winter 2020 playlist, my holiday playlist, other playlist of that nature of all about box office. There's my box office recaps. I'm going to do my February recap very soon. And yeah, that's it. That's all. And I am out.